Officially live, according to Instagram. Officially happy to be here, to be live on Instagram tonight. I hope you guys are doing well. How's everybody doing tonight, man? I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care, broadcasting live here from the Motor City here in lovely Michigan. And I got a variety of cool stuff to do tonight, man. I'm glad that you guys are here. Thanks for joining. And if you haven't been around here before on one of these live shows, it's where I'll just work on cards with you guys tonight, and I'll do like a variety of stuff, and we'll pick out I usually kind of pick a variety. So like, for example, you guys, in the next like hour, we'll do like some Pokemon cards. I really, these are like the cards that got me into collecting when I was young. So I always have a special spot for Garbage Pail Kids. If you follow my work, you'll see that, I put up some scratch type removal demonstrations. And tonight I like to look through even just like my boxes and try to find cards with like factory scratches on them, because I think that's something we all run into. So we'll do that. And then if you guys, if you like vintage stuff, I do too. I got a cool vintage thing here tonight. When it comes to, I think I'm going to need a wider angle lens over here, but let me show you guys what I got in here. I have something cool. A baseball player that I really like, Roy Campanella. So this is Roy. And this is an old school card. This is from 1954, and it's like out of a rare set where they were this big, so they're large. It's a big card, and they grade these things, and they're like valuable and cool. And then but it's not like I'm real comfortable working on something like this. This is a little bit out of the ordinary for me, and it's got a lot of, I'm trying to use my light the best I can for you guys, so I know you want to see it. And thanks for being here, you guys. This is the best. I've had people ask me if I'd do like a seminar or something like that, and I love the ask. I feel like this is the best way I can communicate with you guys. So for everybody here watching this live or recorded, thanks for being here. I feel like I would feel too on stage, like trying to be like, all right, everybody, now let's do this one. But when I'm can broadcast with you here and talk to you like this, I love it. So thanks for being here. I mean it. Thank you to all my awesome customers out there. And you guys, I'll answer as many questions as I can. One of the questions I read so far tonight was, with our new scratch remover, can you use it on the back of cards? Yeah, you can. And watch tonight, okay? Because we're going to do that tonight. So we'll do that. Hey, Robert, what's up, buddy? You guys, Haas Trading Cards. Great guy in the hobby. I love Tom Brady. I got a cool Brady card from him today, and he just like a pro. So thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, buddy. We'll do Pokemon stuff tonight too, you guys. So hang tight. And yeah, and anybody that's new out there, let me say hi. I feel like I'm sitting here talking to my hands. Let me talk to you guys. Looks like my phone's been on the side of my face here. Let's wipe that off. Hey, there you go. A little bit better. Happy Wednesday to you guys. Good to see everybody. So what we'll do tonight is we'll go through all these here together. And I just want to say thanks again to all of our awesome customers, all of our new customers. Thanks for keeping us super busy. And if you guys need any help or any good ideas, I try to answer as many questions as I can. But let me point everybody to our YouTube page. Not right now. Stay and watch this right now. But if you guys need any specific card advice, if you're like, hey, how do you do a Garbage Pail Kid? If you go to my YouTube page and search Garbage Pail Kid, it'll pull up live videos like this one that I worked on one. It'll pull up individual videos. So I just always want to give you guys the support that the best support I can for as a small crew of us, So thanks for that. And I just want to see if I missed anything over here. Nope, I didn't. But I just want to say thank you guys. And if we haven't met before, I'm Kurt from Kurt's Card Care, and thanks so much for being here tonight. So I want to start with the Ray Campanella, because I'll give you guys my ideas, because this is one of the fun things about Wednesday Night Live is I'll do some stuff tonight that I've done a lot, and I'll teach you how to do it. It'll be routine. It'll be fun, but it'll be routine, and I want to teach you that routine. So we'll do that tonight. But then, the fun thing about tonight, too, is I've never worked on the Roy Campanella card, so let's just see how it goes, you know? So my thought was, I'm going to use card spray on the front and back of it, and we'll start with that. And then we'll work on some other cards, and then we'll come back. And since it's dirty, and I'm going to show you guys the back of it and everything, I got some, like, Bounty. So I was thinking about it, maybe we could get it, like, semi-soak it, let it rest from now, it's 10:06 my time. We'll probably be hanging out till like probably 11, you know. What's up, you guys? Thanks to everybody for being here. Give you guys a big freaking hug through the phone. So good to see everybody. But then I was thinking, like, maybe like if we can pull up some of the dirts and stains out of it, maybe I can like tap it out of there a little bit. Drying it's going to be the most important part. So, you know, we'll see. You know what I mean? So we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? So we'll turn it around. We'll get started there, and then we'll kind of hit everything tonight. And even if you don't, say I get to you're here for the scratch removal part for the Chrome cards. Cool. I'd encourage you guys to stay for the Pokemon stuff and for the Garbage Pail Kids stuff. And another thing, you guys, and I'll keep it brief, but I get excited to see you guys, and I get excited to do this. I'm getting to talk to more and more of my amazing crew and customers that are starting up card care operations where you guys are working for customers in your community, locally, you know, throughout your state and everything like that. And if anybody out there is starting up a card care operation, you're taking on customers and you're like, what should I, how do you do this? Or how do you charge for something like this? Or things like that. You guys are always welcome to ask me questions. I totally will pour into you and teach you how to like work on cards. But if you guys ever need any help, just kind of like, if your card care business is taking off, I'm happy to help talk to you in those ways too. And as like you guys see behind me, like one of my favorite companies is Gibson. You know, Gibson guitars, because they provide tools to rock stars, you know, and you know, I feel like you guys seeing all the stuff that all of you guys do with these tools, like I feel like Gibson, man. I feel like I provide tools to rock stars, you know, so if I can help you guys in any capacity, don't be shy. So let's turn this thing around and we will get started. All right, so, hey. All right, so everybody, this is the card I'm talking about, the big card I was thinking about first. So we're going to have to kind of start here, and I think I'm going to come back to it. But this is the issue, some of the issues I'm seeing on the card, or on this piece, is there are, you guys can, I think you can probably see it the best you can. It's even a little hard for me to see, but it's like lots of different colors, like yellows, browns, you know. Yo, Denver, what's up, man? I would love to come to the Nashville factory. I would love that. I am a big fan of Gibson. I love cool businesses. You know, I've been inspired by a lot of cool businesses. So now that you know, it's an honor to run mine, I definitely take advice from other cool ones. So that's what I'm thinking, you know. So I just looked down and I saw a message from Card Exchange that says, I look like a mix of Tony Hawk and Steve-O. That's a good mix. I like those guys. Both would be heroes of mine, and to a degree. So let me, guys, I'm just going to, when you see mist coming in here, I'm going to be using my card spray. I'm just going to try to keep it simple and just like do this. Have you guys seen the people I think it's like mainly ladies that do the poster repair online? These women are awesome at doing poster repair. So I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but they kind of reminds me of card care. I don't really see any pinned down corners or anything, but you guys see how it's already starting to curl. So I got to get moving over here. So I'm just going to mist this one back here. I know you heard a lot of mists, but I was just kind of like hitting it the way I wanted to. So I got to lay this down nicely. So this right here is that's just going to be part one, you guys. I know if you're watching and you're like, wait, That's the first trick of the night. That was boring. So I promise it will get better. So what I'm going to do is we'll leave that from, I'll be the official timekeeper. It's 10:10. I'm going to keep it there. We'll check on it. And if I forget, somebody remind me. If I forget, we'll check on it at like 10:35, 10:40ish, all right? So we'll come back to it, all right? Oh, yeah, this is called pulling. You guys ever go do yard work where you have vines? Yeah, vines. So, yeah, I'm not the best when it comes to doing yard work in my yard, but that was some action from today. Yeah, but yeah, see, I gotta hire people to go do all that manly work for me. I gotta stay in the lab and work on my cards. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but let me. We're gonna leave that one right now. I did crack a slab. That's a good segue. You guys want to do? Let's do Pokemon next. All right. So we'll do that because I just did crack a slab. You guys, like 5 minutes before all you guys got here, I was looking at my pile for the night, and I'm like, you know what? Let's. Yeah, somebody wrote gloves. No, I know. It's like, but when you go get into a big old pine tree and you see like some little stuff at the bottom, it's easy to like get the little ones. So then I wrapped them around and I started yanking the thing and yeah, so I know. I was like, don't hurt my card hands. Oh boy. All right, so let me show you what I cracked open. Yo, Justin, I'm glad you hang out for a minute. You can hang out for 2. You can hang out for 3, and then you can come back if you guys want. So my door is always open. You guys know that. It's just Wednesday night is like the time that I get to carve out and be like, all right, I'm hanging. I'm going to go downstairs, and we're doing a card show. So let me grab, we'll do a Pokemon cleanup, you guys. These never get boring, and they're always fun. And if you have older Pokemon cards, you guys, like, there is some, like, crazy cool stuff that I see people do with Pokemon restorations and cleanings and stuff like that. But I'll tell you the thing, I think the most effective, like, some of the easiest stuff to learn to do quickly is, like, just clean them up. Because, like, I bought this one. It was a PSA 4, just because I like the older ones. I know it's not, like, a monster card or anything like that. But what this is, for me, is good practice to see, like, what constitutes a 4 and, like, what happens when... Because, it's like when you look at a card that's graded, like, we're going to do that here tonight. It's hard to see sometimes, like, because I was going to show you guys how I look at one and see if, like, anything sticks out. Like, should we just keep this one as an 8? Or should we, like, see anything? We'll get to that. This one, I just bought to break open anyways. Yeah, you guys, Chrome football tonight. Yes. So hang tight. We will do that. So this was a 4. I can tell it's rough, but then the back, it's hard to take a picture of this, but I want to show it to you guys. There's like a lot of, like lines up and down it. So this is the 4. Doesn't have a ton of chipped up edges or anything like that, but it just has some weird texture. It's been probably played a few times, and it's kind of scuffed up, right? So let's go. When you find something like this, you guys, like the first thing I would do is say we're just going to clean the whole thing up, all right? I'll just keep this pretty easy. Use a little bit of card spray on a cotton circle. And I will do this first because card spray will cut through any stuff that's on the front of the card. And I don't want you guys to start polishing a card if there's like little chunks of dirt or crap on there, because it's going to happen. It's like right in when you see a little kid like right on your truck or your car with the dirty, the dirty truck. You're like, no, stop, dude, you're scratching the hell out of my stuff. Just give it a quick, and watch this. Actually, that looked... Even the back looks a little bit dirty on this one. So just do this real quick. Easy enough. And look at, just wiping that down has like a yellow dinge to it. So, whatever, right? I'm sure nobody really put much time ever into cleaning this card up. But we will tonight. So we got that done. So the next step, you guys, would be good old standard cleaning polish. This might You'd be surprised how much this will change and improve some of these materials. Even though these are old and, has a lot of play on it, you'll be impressed with this. Watch this. So we'll just kind of look at the holographic area because you can't really see much. There's not really a ton really going on in there. So I'll show you the part that we all like to look at the most anyways. And if there's any leftover scratches, we'll address those. But open up your card polish and use it like this. Just go in circles. I talked to a couple of my buddies today, and a lot of my friends were in the middle age, middle-aged guys, I guess. And a couple of my friends now have their kids in college, and it's like their first time of not having them at home, man. And I'm a few years away from that, so part of me wants to be like, I just want my kids to go away for the day. They're driving me crazy. But then talking to my buddy John today, man, I thought he was gonna cry when he was telling me about it. So it was it's a unique stage, man. So any dads out there watching that's been through that one yet? I'd say that was I remember when I was 18, I wanted to move out so bad, and I did. And I love my parents, but I was ready to go. I don't think my parents cried when I moved out. I think they were kind of like, all right, see you later. Call me. But it's crazy how I sound like such a parent, but I can't believe all my kids are teenagers now, man. I still feel like a teenager. Probably because you guys keep me young, because I get to play with Pokemon cards and baseball cards a lot. So yeah, remember that. Do something that keeps you young, man. Play with your cards. So I'm going to show you now we'll do the back too. But check this out. We didn't use any sort of recovery yet. No scratch remover. Just clean the front. Pretty darn good, right? Isn't that a nice deep clean? But look you can still see little scratches in there, right? So guys, that's when we'll get to this here in a minute. But that's why I put this together, you guys. And thanks for all the requests for the year plus, about the scratch, coming up with something good for scratches. I feel like I neglected sometimes our Chrome collectors and some of the gaming cards that have the scratches. I hear you loud and clear. It does make a big difference. So we'll do that in a second. Yeah, I just read a message. It said, being an empty nester is weird at first. I bet, man. Because it's for all the parents out there, kids are awesome, a lot of the time. A lot of the time, they're awesome. And they keep you super busy. And it would be interesting, or, like I said, I saw my buddy today, and he's one of the most outgoing guys. And he's real fun. He's a real talkative guy. And he totally seemed he's I don't have anybody to go to wrestle with, or get in a fight with, or put in a headlock later. And I was like, oh, John. And it was tough. I was up with my good friend for the past 2 days. I was in northern Michigan, and both of his daughters are in college. And he was just telling me, he's like, you get so quiet at my house. And I'm like, I can't relate at this stage right now, because I got 3, and they're all teenagers, and it's like wild house over here. Oh boy. Let me and you guys, I think I had somebody ask me a question. How many times can you wash the microfibers? That's a good question. All right. And you guys, this one right here, I probably use this one. I bet if I'm going to do card polish like this, probably 60 or 70 cards. And look this one is starting to get there. Can you guys see how it's starting to get a little clumpy? I always touch it, but if it's, here's I'll find a really clean part of it. Okay, guys, can you see this? See how it's all super soft right there, and it's not clumpy, but the part that I kind of gravitate towards the most, towards the middle, gets a little kind of nappy. As soon as it gets a little bit nappy like that, you guys, you can just feel to get rid of them, or wash it. You can wash this one. This one washes well. Oh man, I read a message. Our son's 10 months old. Dude, it's cool, man. It is unique to all the dads and moms out there watching it. You never time is a weird thing. It flies by, of course. So it's like the days can feel so long, but the years fly by, you know? And it's like, if you guys can still see my video, we're good. But I lost my monitor. Like, that's typical over here. But you guys remember the lines on the back of this thing? Check that out. This, you guys, I got talking. I'm getting all reminiscent about being a dad. This was cleaning polish. Do you see how nice that is? I hope that looks good the way you can. I hope that you can see it the way I see it. This had some weird streaks, and it was all dry and gross. So, real easy, right, you guys? But that looks like, I know you can do that. So if you're watching this and you're like, the first people will say to me, can you do this for me? Because I'm going to mess up. And I'm like, how many of you tried? They're like, none. And I'm like, please don't talk to yourself like that. I'm like, you can do this. That's not tricky. So now, you guys, the only thing I want to do on here now is let's do some scratch removal. I think we can. If you guys watched last week, I was doing like the Blastoise, and those scratches were so freaking deep. I think I have it here still. All right, remember this one, you guys? We made it look good, but look at the scratches are just so deep in this card. And this was a PSA 2. This is a PSA 4. So this one was very, very difficult for whatever. They were just too deep. So if I would have kept on trying to remove these scratches, I would have ate this card up. And that's not what I want to do. It's fine the way it is. Best I could get it. But now this one, I think that the scratches will go away like really well. I think they'll go away really well. So we'll use scratch remover, and we're going to use a different applicator. And you don't need to use a lot of this, you guys, just like a little bit. I'm just going to... So that's it. That's all you need. So now, all I'm going to do, and yes, you guys, I'll let me narrate to all my loyal customers out there and my new customers. This is Recovery, the scratch remover. And you're going to see a technique that I'm going to do here that's going to be, I'm going to be very gentle and very careful with it. Is it okay if you guys explain something to you real quick? I promise I won't talk too much. But if it's cool with you, I just want to talk to you. So, Recovery, scratch remover. It can go on TCG cards, and it can go on Chrome cards. We're going to do those. We're at that portion of the night, okay? And with Pokemon, here's what I want you to visualize. Every time you're doing this stuff, I kind of want you to like do it, but also know what you're doing. So when it comes to a gaming card, has a plastic coat on it, like a polyurethane. 95% of Pokemon cards do. So like when you can see these superficial scratches in the uppermost coat, and you'd say, well, how would I know that? Because if it was scratched and it removed the paint, you'd have a big white scratch, and I know you can tell if the paint is scratched off. So the paint is not scratched off on this holographic area. So that tells me it's in the plastic, tells you it's in the plastic, and that tells you if you have a light hand, you can buff it and correct that little scratch. But if you start, scrubbing it like you got a stain of lasagna on the pan, you're going to roast it. So you got to be careful with Recovery, okay? But you buff it properly, it's awesome. They'll do a great job, and it'll look awesome. Chrome, and so the gaming cards are the finish is thin. So be extra careful, my gaming friends. Don't be afraid to use Recovery on your gaming cards, but learn how to use it, okay? Learn how to use it. That's what I'm saying. And then, but you're watching here. I'm teaching you. You're going to be fine. But then on the thicker cards, thicker finish, the Chrome cards, because, I can grab a Chrome card, and you guys can too. Like you can, with like a gaming card, they're easy to flex. Chrome cards, like, they're heavier. So you can go a little bit more with the buffing on those, which we're going to do tonight, And don't use Recovery cotton pad. You don't want to buff Pokemons with with a cotton. This activates it even more, and it will start, buffing even harder. And you don't need to buff Pokemon card hard. You see how good we did already, just with a non-abrasive polish. You know what I mean? So it was like, we already got that far with nothing. So when you add a little touch of abrasive, just know what you're doing. Take your time, and life is good. All right, so let's do that next. So we just got a little bit, and I'm just gonna use the my little applicator here to buff with it. I'm not gonna really need to do too much else. The clear coat, like I shared, is very thin on here, and I want you guys to see how I do it. I'm just gonna kind of put the little recovery dot evenly throughout the holographic. Cool, right? And then consistently, lightly, and I guess I do it kind of quickly. I just do that. And I'm not pushing on it. I'm just making contact. Oh, and thanks, Jay. Jay Russ, one of my buds, is on here and said, "Hey guys, don't forget to use recovery on your like cases, like the one touches and slabs and stuff like that." I know. I'll make more demos on that, you guys. Anything you have that's plastic and scratched up, recovery's good for that. And just do the same method. Don't just keep it light-handed. That's it. I make this stuff, you guys, personally too. So like I make it real easy to use, so you don't have to like scrub with it, or it's not repurposed. It's not something that it was made for this. So just do it lightly. Watch this. You guys will dig this if you've never seen this before. Check this out. That's wicked, isn't it? And I didn't scrub, or anything. That was it. So easy enough, right? You guys can do that. Looks good. I like doing those. So then, this was just another thing that I was going to bring up with you guys. Like I'll buy stuff, like the rest of us do. All I can do is really look at the auction, and look at zoom in, look at my pictures. Good question. I got to pause. I got a question that said, how many applications would you do on the scratch on this one? Do one at a time, because I don't even think we need to do another one. We can look at it again, but I would say the magic will happen with recovery on a gaming card or a Topps Chrome card that we'll get into next, probably in 1 to 3 applications. Anything further than that, it's probably too deep. It's probably deep into the plastic or whatever, and you're just never going to get to it. All right, so like this, I picked up on one of them, like the auction sites I like. Fanatics I like, Alt, those are good ones, good service, good auctions. But, I'll buy these cards and say, all right, is there something we can make a demo with? Is there something cool? Is there something to like learn from? And I won't break this open right this second, because we could do, if we determine to, we can, and we'll do it on another show. But I just wanted to show you guys kind of something that I look for. All right, so let me turn this around. And I think that I bought this one thinking that there's room for improvement based on the auction pictures. Okay, so let me show you guys like what I was looking at. And so I got my auction pictures. Yeah, man, you guys know the buyer's premium. I am aware of that buyer's premium. Gets me every time. But like this one was an 8. I like Charizard because I can pronounce his name. So I can't pronounce any other damn Pokemon cards. Who's this one? Hitmonchan? Or Hitmonchan? Yep, so. But anyways, I just thought this one was cool. And I looked at it and I'm like, all right, is there any... And when I looked at it online, the edges looked good, but let's look at it together. Now, Pokemon graders and collectors, this is where you're gonna jump in. All right. So like this is an 8. Do you guys think that this, based on what I can show you, tell me you think that it's a legit grade, or do you think that? Let's see if we see any room for improvement. That I didn't see. So there's a. I'm gonna guess that's a point off. Because I'm going to guess, if we put this under the microscope, I'm going to bet that that's a little chip of color. So let's just say there's 1 point off. All right, maybe 1 point off on the back so far. I just start at 10 in my head and just kind of go down from there. So I'm like, all right, I say 1 point off on the, now the centering, I don't know, looks good to me. So it's like, I don't really care if it goes from an 8 to a 9. That's not really like my motivation. I like to see if it's like, if there's something we can do to it and like see a cool improvement. Because if not, I'll just keep it because I like the way it looks. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's an 8. It's fine. So here's some scratches on the slab. Hey man, greetings. We got a greetings from Germany. Greetings from Detroit, Michigan, man. What's up, Card Surfer? Good. What's up to everybody, man? Thanks everybody for being here and like being like such a committed, good group of people to like work on cards with. You know, it's like every name up there I see, I'm like, yep, a bunch of my buddies are here, and I see new people here too. So thank you for that. So that's it. So I don't really know. I don't think this card, if we crack this open and do like a closer inspection, I don't really think it looks like it's going to go backwards. That's another thing I analyze. And if you guys notice, I'm trying to look to see if I see any dents, like any little dents on it. I don't know. You know, so it's kind of like one of those ones like, is it worth opening up to get another 8? I don't really care. Maybe. But, you know, that's just kind of what I look at. So that to me looked like a good buy at an 8 because I couldn't really see anything wrong with it. So, you know, it might be worth breaking open and seeing if we can do anything with it. But I think that I couldn't see that when I bought it. And it does, and if you guys can see it right there in light, it is an official glitch. It is like white. There's a chip of paint missing. I know, you guys, I don't put any like colors in there or anything like that. So when I see white on the edge, I just deal with it. But yeah, so here, let's get to a scratch removal again, all right? But yeah, so if I open this one up, you guys, for a cleaning, I'll do it and I'll make a video of it because it looks great. But I just thought it was a cool card for my collection, but I naturally, when I get them, I look at them and go, do we have any room for improvements? I was in the middle on this one. That's why I didn't open it. But one that I'm not in the middle on is these. Let's jump on these. And let's do some scratch stuff, you guys. So when I looked at, I was just going, basically, ever since, coming out with recovery and trying to test it on everything I can, I go through a lot of cards that I pulled out of packs a long time ago, and just keep, you know what I mean? I don't really know what you guys do with base cards. I just kind of save them, I guess. I really don't even have a plan. But, for my plan is to try to use them for helping out and doing demonstrations. So, let's see if you guys can see these. I'll show you the problem areas on here. We'll start with Larry Fitzgerald. So we got a scratch right in Larry's top of his, one of those print lines, man. And these little suckers, you guys, some of these don't budge, all right? So, might happen to us tonight. But then I got some, where were they? Okay, let's look at Larry's arm. Got some cuts running through Larry's arm, the football. Those look like scratches to me, but they don't look super duper severe. So we might be able to make some improvements there on Larry's arm. And then, like I said, that one above the helmet, I don't know. And I'm going to guess that is a Sharpie marker. I'm guessing that that's not supposed to be there. So that's what I see on this one. All right. So, and then for the Stafford, I got a scratch coming off the top of his thumb going up to the corner. And I got a scratch on that football. You guys see it on the football? So little ones, but that's how you find those annoying little scratches, you guys. So let's try. We're going to use recoveries because these are definitely scratches. I don't need to clean the area, but I'm going to do a little bit of a different technique, all right? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use a cotton. And I want to I think that one above the helmet, that one might give us a fit because it's kind of an indent. But I'm going to guess we can get these ones in his arms to go away pretty good. I'd love to see it all. You know what I mean? You guys, you can absolutely use the card kit on holograms. Probably the best combo would be card polish and card spray on most holograms. But let's see if we can get a scratch off this. And I'm going to put recovery, you guys, just right on my cotton on this one. Okay? And then I will kind of just get the areas that I see these issues. And I'm doing the exact same thing, just obviously just using a different applicator. And I know that sound is like weird, but it's not that I'm pushing hard, you guys. It's kind of like the right sound you want to hear. It's just doing that light surface buff. My mom would tell you that's squeaky clean. I do give a shout out to my mom and my dad. I tell my dad personally, man. I think I could wax and surface correct an automobile by the time I was probably 10 years old. So shout out to Dad. Shout out to Dad in heaven, man. My old man never got to know me as the card guy, the card care guy. He died before all of this. He knows me as, you know, the card collector guy and the fix my own cards up guy. But, you know, for anybody out there who lost a parent, you know, I swear I always talk to the sky and say, Dad, you wouldn't believe all the cool stuff we do with cards now. Not cars, but cards, you know. Okay, let's see if we had any help on the arms, because that's the ones I thought would be easier to do something with. Still there, man. See it? Look at Larry's wrist. Still there. And then in Larry's helmet, reducing. That one I thought up there, this one I thought was the hardest one. It's getting lighter. All right, let's keep going. I would call that one application. And you guys can sit as long as you want. When you have a card that has a thick surface like this, just do little light applications like this, one after another. You don't ever try to get it all done in once, because it just doesn't work out that way. I would just encourage you guys just to come in like this and, you know, do a couple light applications. Card surfer's asking, you know, about PSA grading lately. Is it tightened up? You know, like I send in the same stuff over and over. Vintage cards and like a handful of modern cards. I can tell you this, from my experience, vintage cards I feel have never been graded harder. And what I mean by vintage cards, vintage sports cards from the teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. That's been my experience. Now, modern cards, I feel like most of the time, you know, if the card's dead centered and brand new and looks great, they'll probably get a 10. You know, but if it's, I've had, you know, and it's like, it's not the most common, but I remember just probably about a year ago, I got a PSA 7 on a brand new basketball card. Brand new. And it was like perfect. It was a Chet Holmgren, if you guys remember that. It was a 7. I cracked it out on the show here and I said, come on, like, what is going on here? Sent it back in. We did nothing to it because it needed nothing. And it came back a PSA 10. And I'm like, geez, how does that work? You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. I think that the higher grades sometimes are the graders. But what's up, everybody? Thanks you guys for joining in tonight, man. I'm glad you're here. So look at that one. Now, the arms look great. That was 2 coats. 2 coats to get that away. And then I can still see that faint little print line above his helmet. Let's do another quick little application. Oh, you know what I want to do? But you guys get it, right? And somebody asked me why the cotton. Do you guys, when it comes to the cotton on this type of surface, it is really, it has a nice, it just works well, and it gets a good grip on the surface. These surfaces are hard. That's a great thing about these cards, and that's why recovery works so well on these, is because they're a very hard plastic surface. And when you use a cotton applicator like this, it works out great. I feel like, because these, I'm not even really pushing hard. I'm just kind of making contact. And it's pretty easy. You just got to sit here and do a bunch of circles for a few minutes. But I can already see from this angle. I'll show you guys here in a second. It looks great. There we go. So you guys if you can't get it all in once, do a couple applications. All right. You guys, I think that it was like a couple months ago or something. It was, I think PSA sent out an article there, or a PSA sent out a survey to customers saying would they like their cards to be cleaned and scratch removed or something like that. I was like, yeah, who wouldn't want them? That's, of course, like, you guys late to the party? Of course people want their cards cleaned and no scratch removed. Like, what a concept, right? Jeez. So now check this out, you guys. And when inks, permanent ink stains can be hard to remove, but you know what works well? This recovery. So watch. I think we'll be able to get this pretty easy. Okay, so let's do a little bit. And then I'm going to try to get that to go away. So now it's on there. Pretty good, right? So if you guys run into a little bit of ink on the back of a shiny card or the front of a shiny card, or I had some people send me some pictures before of cards that they like, where people got on-card autographs from, like, the athlete, and they're like, I love, like, for example, I've had people show me a card like this, and, like, say they had Larry Fitzgerald sign it in some marker, and it was sloppy, and it looked like hell. I've had people say, Kurt, I know it sounds weird, I want this autograph off this thing. You can use recovery, you guys, I'll take it off, no problem. So that's that. I just saw a good question. What did somebody ask me? Sorry, I missed it. Oh, yeah, you guys, don't, if you guys ever are like, how do you remember all this stuff? If you guys go to my website, Best Practices, all you got to do is at the top of the page, you guys, I'll show you something. You just got to click on the types of cards you collect. So, for example, if, like, right now we're working on modern era cards, right? So when I click on modern era, it will take me to, like, the do's. So, like, we're working on a plastic prism chrome. So then it'll just tell you guys, like, stuff to do and stuff not to do, how to remove ink, right? So stuff that I'm showing you how to do right now. And then it will also give you guys, like stuff like don't. Like, it'll be like, I don't really have a whole lot of don'ts, but, like, do not use on an autograph or serial number. Like, that's rule number 1. Those things are easy to wipe off. Accents are easy to remove. So stuff like that, you just want to avoid. There's not a ton of rules, but, I can't, when you run a business like this, man, I feel like everybody's like, every time that somebody shows me a card, I feel like it's like my card I'm looking at, and I'm like, here's what I want you to do, so I'm always happy to give you guys the best advice and best practices. So if it's cool with you guys, I want to do Topps Chrome, because this was Spectra, and I know that Spectra and Chrome have a very similar surface, but it's not always the same. So let's try this one. And I have the scratch and the football, and then I have a scratch going off Stafford's hand up up in there. Let's do the same approach. And and you guys, here's another thing. When it comes to working with scratches on factory cards, I would say that my percentage of getting them to go away, well, like, I think stuff like this is easier to get to go away. I'll show you stuff that's real sharp, that goes like north and south, east and west, all the way across. Very hard or impossible. But when you're going after light scratches like these, I think that you guys realistically should be able to get most of them to go away. You know, sometimes not, you know, but like, we'll give this a try. And you guys don't go away, because I want to do the Garbage Pail Kid card with you guys next. This one that we're going to have coming up and it's like, I know it's a Garbage Pail Kid, but you guys, you could consider this like an 86 Fleer. It could be a rustling card. All sticker stuff is very similar. So we're going to do this one tonight too. Okay. And then we got Roy Campanella hanging out over here, and we'll see how we're doing with that one. But let me just see if I can get these little scratches out of here, because I do get a lot of requests for Topps Chrome scratch removal. I can still see it a little bit right there. So if you don't mind, if I can see it, you can see it. And we got to see if we can get rid of it. It's just, I think I got most of it out of there. It was just a little bit in the football. And and I know that's a kind of a tough angle to watch me do this. You guys, let me try to get you a better one. And I just simply just go in circles. That's it. And then I'll flip the buffing pad. And it feels nice and smooth in the area, so let's take a look at it. Then come in with your microfiber right after, guys, and just make sure you get all of the residuals off. Oh, I got some on the edge. Pretty cool, right? I'll see if we can go 2 for 2. There was another one I had. Can you guys see this damn thing? So it's like a stupid demonstration if it's like, oh, you see this scratch that nobody can see? I swear I could see a scratch on here. It's up in the, there we go. It's going through his hand. It's hard sometimes. The iPhone's awesome, but man, sometimes it has a hard time like looking at a holograph. All right, let's just do that real quick, and hopefully we can get that out of there. So out of the guys and girls and people watching the show right now, you guys into college football? You plan to go in any games? I've always loved college football, and I love the University of Michigan, and I'm very excited for them to get started. I don't know what to expect from the University of Michigan, honestly. I feel it's still different ever since Coach Harbaugh left, but I'm excited for football to start. I'd say going to Ann Arbor and watching a football game is probably the coolest place I've ever seen a sport. It's like you go there and there's like 120 people like chanting at once. It's like it's crazy. Man, Hawkeyes, dude, LSU, those places are, you guys, yeah, those are cool places, man. And college football is badass. I love college football. So let's look at our football again. Good job. All right, so that's cotton on chrome, football, baseball, basketball. And then when it comes to gaming stuff, you guys, I just keep it simple. don't get too much pressure. Just use the applicator, and that will get it clean and get a lot of those scratches out of there. Cool? All right, so now I want to move on to our garbage pail kid, you guys. So let me just throw some of this stuff away. It kind of gets a little messy up here. But, oh, cheers. I'm not drinking coffee tonight because I swear I'll get off one of my live shows. And then I'll be like not wanting to go to bed till 3 in the morning. And then my nighttime self does not get along with my morning self very well. So you know, that's the water. So cheers, you guys. And let me just take a look. Dimples on chrome. I don't know a way. You guys, when you see the dimple in the chrome finish, it's like a little bubble, like a little pock mark. I just have to assume when they make these cards, they press them with heat and pressure, and there's just sometimes a tick mark gets in these things, or a lot, you know, and then it cools, and then it's like the hard surface with that thing in there, and there's no chance it won't come out. All right, so let me turn this thing around. We'll do a garbage pail kid. Let's look at the Roy Campanella real quick. I want to see what it looks like. And if you guys were wondering what I'm talking about, I have a great big baseball card of Roy. Hey, if you guys aren't familiar with Roy Campanella, super touching story. The guy really went through a lot of tough stuff, and even he spent the final, you know, he was even paralyzed from the shoulders down at a young age, and still Hall of Famer, one of the baddest of the bad. Ooh, we're doing good, you guys. You know what I want to do real quick, if you don't mind? Let me take this off. You guys remember, all of this stuff was bent. Now, it's not perfect, but it is working. It is getting looser, and it's lightly damp. So what I want to do right now, I'm going to use card spray on it. So I believe I have to get the whole thing wet. And you guys see how it's cool? I can do this now. I could not do this now. I could not do this when we started because it was too dry, and it would have like curled all over the place, and it would have been weird. So now that it is damp, I'm basically soaking this card, right, you guys? But I can't soak this thing in my little card bath or the hot tub time machine. The hot tub time machine's turned off tonight. Don't worry, we'll get some more hot tub guests coming up. Oh man, Denver, you're right. Yogi, and Roy, just awesome guys, you know. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted, you guys. I want to get the back. That's what I wanted, you guys. That was it. So now it's safely wet, and now we're not done for the night with this thing. But that's where I wanted, and we're gonna get back to this one. You know. I just sent in my 53 Campanella to get graded, and it was a beautiful card. So I'm expecting a high score. It'll probably be the nicest card of his I have, and I'll be happy to show it to you guys. So let's put some of our trophies, some of our cool cards we worked on here tonight to the side, and I'll do some before and after pictures, you guys. So if you want to see them or whatever, I will put some up for you tomorrow. Okay. Do you guys see how my mat is curling? It's annoying me. So I'm going to go down here to my heater, and I'm going to hold it on the heat for a second. I just cut these today. So I'm going to show you something. I'm just putting it in front of the heater, you guys, because the heat will make it lay flat. So if you buy a roll of card mat material and you're having it curl on you, just get it, there you go, just put it in front of your heater, and it'll stay down. That's easier. So now, you guys, what I want to look at right here is Garbage Pail Kid. And you know that makes me happy? I get questions about these still all the time. And these were like my OG cards growing up. I love these things. And if you guys have these at home, look at them under the light, because like from here it looks cool, but like these are waxy cards. Can you guys see all the wax on it? It's like from the packs are waxy because it's on the back of it too. If you can see it, it's hard to see, but if you collect these, or you have any of them in your hand, like if you have any that you're messing with, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're real waxy. So the good news is we can take almost all of this crap off, probably with card spray and card polish. All right, and then even like if you guys like see these like corners are all like beat up. Oh yeah, these edges suck. Look, I'll show you. So let's just do all of it. All right, we'll do all of it. And I'll show you how. So I'm going to probably need one of these too. So let's start with this. Usually I would do corners and edges and stuff first. But I'm not. I'm going to try to get this crap off first. And then we'll go from there. So let's do card spray first. We'll do this. And there's kind of some brown stuff on here, you guys. So like that just kind of makes me think it's some sort of residue or something stuck to it. So let's just wipe it gently first. And here's a simple thing, you guys. If you're brand new to this, wipe towards the edges. Don't ever come down on these edges, man. You'll catch them. And this is the exact same. SoCal, preach that. He just wrote similar to the 87 WWF stickers. Everything you're seeing me do here, WWF stickers, Star Wars stickers, Fleer basketball stickers, all of it. It's all the same material. And look at it. It's kind of shadowy, but it's dirty. So yeah, that's I just think that this is one of those classic designs. I don't know all the ins and outs of Garbage Pail Kids, except for I thought they were cool as hell looking. But I think that like the atom bomb is like the one that holds value, and this is like the atom boom that maybe is like a recycled name or something. Look at it. Isn't that cool, guys? That just much surface crap just wipes off of them. But it's still got all this nasty wax on it. What takes away wax though? You're guessed right if you said card polish. So yep, this is exactly you guys how you get rid of. This will look good in my opinion pretty quickly. Like let's just see his hand, or that hand with all the wax stains in it. So check this out. Just use a little bit of card polish. And while the applicator is touching the card, it's almost like you can feel it. You'll like when I started doing that up there, it felt like more friction, and then it gives, and that's how I know that it's gone. I'm like, because it's all smooth back here. It's not. It's all. I bet you it's gonna look great. So now let's just let it sit for a sec. And same deal. Don't catch a corner, my friends. Wipe away. And the nice part about your little setup is just turn it around, If you notice yourself, you guys, if you're like working on a card and it's like an awkward kind of like grip, or just remember, stop for a second. Move, change positions or something like that. Well, ready? How cool is this? All right, watch this. That's freaking awesome, isn't it? So let's do the front. And then, so it has like a lot of buildup on it. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, my mother is the sweetest freaking lady. And, like any kid that like is excited for their mom to come home from work when they're little, I'd always wait for my mom to come home. And she trained me, because she'd always bring me a freaking treat. She still buys me packs of baseball cards or any type of cards. But um, she would come home with these things, man, and I freaking loved them. I loved them. It was because they were kind of like naughty, man, and I was always like, these are bad. My cousins were girls, and they all liked Cabbage Patch Kids. Those were toys in the 80s, if you guys aren't familiar. And that's what they looked like, these things. But then these were like the Chucky versions of those things, and they're freaking awesome. Donovan, good to see you, man. Glad everybody's here tonight. Thanks for everybody's time, man. Time's the most freaking valuable thing you got. And to spend it here, man, I know it's valuable, so thank you guys. Hopefully I can give you cool stuff to do and teach you how to use your card products real well. And if you guys like this, I'm here every Wednesday night. I love doing this because I tell you guys, I mean, I could be wrong. I think I probably got a lot of my customers watching right now. But I bet you guys probably 95% of my customers never cleaned a card till they met me. And I feel, I take pride and care to teach you how to do this stuff well. Yeah, I have been kind of going down a trip down memory lane lately. Like, I don't know what it is. I might be having a midlife crisis, I think. I don't want to go buy a Corvette or anything, but yeah, I do. I feel like, I don't know. I'm kind of a sappy guy sometimes. The more you guys get to know me. So, ready? Want to see something fun? How nice does that look now? How sweet. Yeah, but aren't they, you guys? Somebody, SoCal wrote the Chucky version of Garbage. I thought that's what they were, aren't they? Because that's what a Cabbage Patch Kid looks like. But then it's like, they don't have blown minds and like, atomic ass, but this one does. This one's way cooler, Yeah, Scuba, maybe you need a new guitar. Yeah, right, check this out. I think every rack is full, so maybe I already went through my, maybe I'm coasting through my midlife crisis with buying more guitars. I know. I don't know what it is. I am mushy, man. It is. I am that way sometimes. But now, guys, I want to do one more thing with you while we're hanging. Let's get these edges better, because it's kind of a hard edge to see. Oh, there you go. I can show you now. See, it's bad. But yeah, I think we can take care of these too. Is that funny? These were like controversial or something in the day, but I loved them. I came home and drew every single one of them. But my mom and dad were both like smart asses and funny, and like, so we all got the joke. We all thought it was cool. We liked them. So what I'm going to do real quick, you guys, here is I'm thinking the best way to get this edge back down is I find two sprays will fill up a detail Q-tip pretty well. So then you might be going, where are you going with this, man? I'll show you. I will show you. Oh, where's my card tool? This is what I want. So, one more thing. I'm looking for a penny sleeve. Do you know that I don't like to come down here and be too prepared? Because I feel like if I'm too prepared, I'm going to be rigid. So, thanks for you guys letting me like wander around back here and take my sweet ass time with this. I'm sure you guys could clean 5 cards in 5 minutes, and it takes me a freaking hour, but thank you. All right, so this is damp. Let's go, because I do not want to try to correct this edge when it has that much of a bend. It's like a 90-degree bend, and these are painted edges. So I need to get them a little bit damp. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, so Cal, you said these things. I know, I do 2 mists. Because these things are kick-ass, but you got to get to know them. You got to, just like all your tools. And then I will save these. I know that, like, when it's clean, like this one, since it's already broke in, this bad boy's going right back up there. I am saving that. And I don't want to pin this. You guys, sometimes, just using good old fingers is a fine idea too. I'm trying to get this lip down. All right. So now I think we're going to do this. This is what I want to try to knock out of here without ripping any paint off. That thing. That's got to go. So let's cover it up so it's safe. And I don't push really hard on this at all. I'm just making contact with this edge, you guys, just to put it right back in place, because I don't want to chip any of the paint off. I want to get it back to looking the way it's supposed to. Then, I got a question from Donovan. Donovan, you can work on almost any card, man. Like, there's just different rules. And if you guys go to my website, even if you're brand new to it and you're like, I want to work on some stuff, if you go to my Instagram, if you went to my Instagram page, it would probably be intimidating because you'd be like, where the hell do I even start on this? So don't worry about that. Just talk to me on Instagram or watch my live shows or whatever, whatever you do on Instagram. But if you want to learn how to do these different things, my website's probably the easiest place to start because you can just click on the type of card you collect at the top, and it'll give you a systemized breakdown of what to do and what not to do. And then you go to my YouTube page, and that's the toolbox. That's where I keep everything. Let's take a look and see if this worked out. Looking good to me. This edge is a little bit wet, you guys, so I just got to let it kind of die down. But look, looks really good. And the back looks really good. And look at all the wax and craps off the front. Isn't that cool? Yeah, and that's another thing, you guys. We'll look at the Roy here in a second. Because if you guys are new to working on your cards, I would say, cool, you'll love it. I'm sure you'll love it. But I think when you start working on your cards, it's important to give yourself some grace and don't work on your stuff. Because you probably have some cards that you are going to buy card care stuff for. And you're like, dude, Michael Jordan or Charizard or whatever, right? Put those to the side, man. Keep those as the prize at the bottom of the cereal box. You got to eat all the cereal first, dude. Get to that prize at the bottom. So that metaphor, right? Work. Get your hands, your hands and your eyes and your products will all start working. And I'm like a customer service freak, so if you're confused, you can ask me. And if you guys go, I don't think you can do it on a phone. You can go to my YouTube page on your phone, but you have to go to, if you can go to my YouTube page on a laptop, you can use a search function. And you can search Garbage Pail Kids, and it'll pull up single thing I have tagged like that. So go over there, you guys. Follow that page. Because the more and more posts and all that stuff kind of gets a little bit buried. And that's really important to me. That I'm glad you guys like watching me do this. But that's not my why. I want to show you what I'm doing and explain it well and have tools and everything there so you guys can dig into them anytime, easily. Let's do something before we hang up. Hang out with me for one more minute. Let's look at the Roy Campanella real quick. I just want to see what it looks like. All right, now that we got it all the way wet, I'll follow this up with you guys and all that stuff. We're going to show it off because I love vintage stuff. And it's from 1954. Anything from 52 or 54 is special. My dad was born in 52. My mom was born in 54. Even one of my Gibson guitars is from 1954. And her name is Patty because my mom's name is Patty. All right, so let's turn this around and we'll take a look real quick. So cool stuff there. Let's just take a look at our Giovanni. What the heck is going on, man? Thanks to everybody, man, for being here tonight. So, we kind of did soak the Campy, Josh, but it's just like freaking huge. I'll show you, but I just have to soak it between my big rig that I made special for this thing. So look how big the card is. I'd have to, I'm thinking I couldn't soak this thing in a tray because I didn't want it to get all like wobbly and all crazy. See, check it out. I got it now. I got it totally. And here's what I want to see. I want to see, you guys, if we can pull out any stains. So that's why I grabbed some paper towels, because I want to get this thing wet and pull the stains out of it would be my goal. And reapply. And so this, everything I've been working for tonight, you guys, so far is, it's been kind of based around this card getting damp, and then so I could do this to it. Because since I can't get the card, it's too big to put in a soak tray. But I know darn well if I keep on spraying it with card spray, I'm going to pull the shit out of it, and I'm going to do that by letting it go in there, do the work, and then tapping it out like this. So let's do that. We're going to do another round. This is probably going to be a job, you guys. It's going to take me, you know me, probably the rest of the dang weekend. But once I figure it out, it's like, once I figure this out, it's like building that damn IKEA furniture. If you buy 3 chairs or something from there, or 3 desks, God forbid, the first one, you're ready to jump off the freaking roof. But the second one, you're like, you build it in half the amount of time. And then the third one, you're like, you're cooking, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm trying to just kind of break this thing down. I'd much rather crack the code on a card than an IKEA freaking desk. But that's what I'm doing, you guys, because this is good. Bounty is freaking strong. But it's like, this is textured, so I didn't want to leave it in there. So we're just going to we're going to do it to the front too, all right? So if you don't like vintage, you're allowed to hang up and go away now. Or you can hang out with me. We're going to do the front of this card next. All right, so now we got this nice and wet again. Good. I want that to go in there and pull the stains out. And then we'll be back again to blot it out. And then my awesome dear employee, Shelbs, she cut me a bunch of extra ones so I can be prepared, because you might be thinking, well, what are you going to do with those mats once they're wet? I'm going to change them. So thank you, Shelby. I was describing this project this morning in our workshop, and she was like, I'm going to have to get you some bigger mats because that ain't going to work. And I said, you're right. So now let's flip this over and we'll do the front. But I picked up these, you guys. Anytime you guys have a card project or a paper project like this, do you know that you can go on Amazon and search whatever size plexiglass you need, man. It'll get to your house in the next day. So I couldn't do this project without the right tools. So now, see how it's all nice and wet? And this is good, you guys. It's looking stainy. It's like it's pulling it up. And I think we're going to have super awesome edges, corners, and I have a good feeling that some of these oily stains are going to go away. All right, I'm getting a little bit close to this edge down here. So if that happens, you guys, remember, this is a mat, so you can pick it up a little bit. You don't need to be afraid to touch it. Just go slow. All right. I like it up there. That's fine. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do another wet session on the front. And there's gonna be a point, you guys, probably where tonight I'm gonna do another. I'll pull the moisture out of it and I'll put it between dry pads for the night. I'm not gonna keep it wet like this for the night. I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Josh. Yes, you guys, toolbox liner. It's on my website. If you guys go to my website, my dear normal admin who you guys always talk with, Michelle and her family were on vacation. And Michelle, if you're watching this right now, you're in trouble, because I told her, I said, you can take the night off. You're on vacation. You don't need to. I'll be able to answer the questions. But she's such a crazy hard worker. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like, nope, I'm right here. So hopefully she's taking the night off. Because look, we made it. We did it. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I just sprayed those down. It's 11:15, probably at 11:30-ish, midnight-ish. How we'll do midnight. I'm going to come in here, tap that down again, put the dry pads on, and let it sit for the night. I don't know, that I figure that will work. The biggest thing I was concerned is, how will this thing take a soak? And I thought it would be fine. And it is. It's fine. It's fine. If it was gonna go to shit, it would go to shit by now. So it's good. So it's gonna hang in there, and I think we're gonna have a good turnaround. And I want to dry the thing. I got to stick the landing. It's got to be. It's got to dry great. So I'll keep you guys posted. And even if vintage stuff isn't your favorite, you guys, it's always cool to see something go from, that to something like awesome again. So. And you guys are the best, man. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I swear to God, I sit down here and I blink and it's an hour and 20 minutes later. But did I cover it? Let's review. Tonight, if you're just watching right now, before you got here, we did a couple Pokemon stuff. Did a Garbage Pail Kid. That was sweet. Chrome. Did a Chrome. I was successful on all the damn scratches tonight, too. I got Ruli. What the heck's going on? Dude, my buddies from Singapore are watching right now. What time is it at your house? It's the next day. You're in the future, man. But yeah, we did a little bit of everything, you guys. And if you guys like that format, I like it too. I was thinking about doing let's just do Pokemon night, or let's just do vintage night. And then I don't know. I just feel like it's just too much. I don't really know. I kind of like the variety. So if you guys are cool with the variety, we'll keep doing variety. And if you guys have any requests or anything that you'd like me to work on live to help you get more confidence to work on your stuff, you better freaking tell me, because I'm a bad mind reader. So you gotta tell me, and I'll listen to you. All right. So, but if you guys want to watch this, it's gonna be recorded. I'm putting it on. What do you call it? So it'll be on Meta. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow. All right. And I just looked up and I saw something. I love that, Brian. Brian, hey, Kurt, you were absolutely right with my problem. And it's probably because Brian and I were talking earlier today about something. You know what I mean? And so you're not alone. I actually totally care about you being successful with our products and having a good time with them and having the support you need. Because you know what happens once you all get good at it? You don't have to ask. You aren't asking me a ton of questions, but remember to always circle back in and show me all your cool stuff, you guys, because it motivates me too. I love seeing it. All right, I won't keep yakking, you guys. I'll let you go. See you next Wednesday night. I got some cool stuff coming up. I got some videos between now and next Wednesday to post too. I'm in one of those modes where I feel motivated. I'm having fun, and I'm liking to create stuff. So thank you for watching this stuff. Thank you for ordering. Thank you for keeping us busy. Thank you for being the greatest freaking people to work for. All around the world, man. People are on fire with cleaning their cards. Blows my freaking mind. So I can't thank you enough. And I hope my words do a decent job. But peace and love. I'll see you guys next week. And remember, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.